Let's Be Cops. Now, Let's Be Cops follows two best friends in a dead-end lives, and they pretend to be cops until real danger puts their fake badges to the test. Now, this movie stars Jake Johnson and Damian Wayans Jr. Now, going into this movie, I was not expecting a lot. I thought the trailers looked okay. So it could be something I can go watch and see. And honestly, I had a decent time with this movie. I mean, is it cliche? Does it hit all the cheesy moments? Yes, it does. But honestly, it doesn't bother me because for a movie to do that, it still has to be entertaining. And Let's Be Cops is a pretty decent, entertaining movie. Now, like I said before, this movie stars Jake Johnson and Damian Wayans Jr. Jake Johnson, for me, stole the show throughout this entire movie. This was his movie. Now, he's been in movies like Safety Not Guaranteed. Now, he was a comedic relief in that. I mean, you can just tell that he has a knack for comedy. And Damian Wayans Jr., he was good, but for me, I thought he was a little lackluster or maybe like too laid back, where I didn't get enough funny moments out of him. I mean, there were a few funny moments there, but I thought I wanted a lot more out of him. He felt very subdued. And Jake Johnson was good, but I felt that he carried the movie a lot because Damian Wayans didn't feel like he came to play with his comedic timing or with his comedic performance in this movie. I just felt like he was really held back, or he was just a little gun shy of showing his true talents. Because when you got a name with Damian Wayans, when you got a name of Wayans Jr., you expect a little bit more out of him, especially when you come from a comedic family such as his. And I wanted a lot more out of him. But for what he did, he was pretty much solid throughout the movie. This movie, even though it hit all the notes of being cliche, being mediocre with a weak storyline, it was entertaining. Because for me, like I said before, a movie could be stupid, but it has to be funny at the same time. And Let's Be Cops is a really funny movie. Now, of course, this movie has flaws. Like I said before, it's to be expected when it comes to a movie like this. And I think some of the flaws were sometimes the movie felt like it was like a short 5-minute skit where it went from scene to scene. And it felt like some of the comedy didn't really work for me as much. I wanted more laughs out of it. But going into this movie, I can live with that. And certain scenes like that really hindered the movie. But honestly, I did have a decent, solid time. Now, this is not a movie you're going to have to rush out to go see. But I think it's a movie you can actually have a good time with and shut your brain off to for an hour and a half. And honestly, you can kind of consider this movie a guilty pleasure movie. And I gotta say, I had a decent time with it. So I'm going to give Let's Be Cops 3 out of 5 stars. I say it's a movie that's a good rental at best. I'd be stupid not to mention what happened over this past week about the death of Robin Williams. Robin Williams, I mean, was an acting comedic legend in my eyes. I mean, I think to everybody's eyes, whoever watched him on screen. I mean, I never really shed a tear for an actor that passed away, but Robin Williams made me do that because I grew up with Robin Williams. I mean, I think most of us did. I mean, personally for me, if you look back at my flashback review, Mrs. Doubtfire is one of my favorite all-time comedies. Even till this day, I still laugh at that movie. Robin Williams was a legend when it comes to the film, when it comes to being a comedian, when it comes to being an all-time person. And it's just sad to see him die the way he did. I mean, he affected so many lives. I mean, technically, I know, at least personally for me, he was a part of my family because, I mean, the way he just gave you that energy off screen, you just felt like that's the uncle who came to dinner that you wanted to be with every time. I mean, I grew up with him so much, from Mrs. Doubtfire to Jumanji to Good Will Hunting to The Fisher King. I mean, he's been in so many movies that the movies don't even have to be good, but Robin Williams was great in it. I mean, he's one of those actors that hardly ever gave a bad performance. He affected so many lives, including my own, from childhood on up. He affected so many people, young and old, for 30 plus years, and it was just so sad to see him go the way he did. Robin Williams would deeply be missed, but he would live on through the films that he's made, from Mrs. Doubtfire to Jumanji to every other film he came out with to this day. And like I said before, I think I speak for all who say Robin Williams affected everybody from old to young to middle age. He affected everybody in a great way, and he definitely will be missed. And you know what? We all have demons in our lives at one point or another. Just make sure that no matter what it is, you talk to somebody about it. You reach out to somebody, because it does get better. Like I said before, he will be missed. And I just had to mention that because Robin Williams affected my childhood, my mother's childhood, and countless others. And Robin Williams, rest in peace, because what you did to entertain people was great and will never be forgotten wholeheartedly. And you will live through your films. And you will never be forgotten from me and to everyone who watched you and generations to come. So I just have to say that. And that being said, guys, until my next review, until next time.